Mm, Mr. Eric White, dude, we do this
One
together. Like
one day.
one day, the circuit will be kicking off tomorrow, man. It's pretty insane. It's insane. So, guys, get ready. Welcome to episode 149 of the Drag Driver Pete Show, presented by Summit Racing. The Circuit 2026 prep is close to being done. We may have Tom Bagguley in here in just a little bit. He's currently in the air. I don't know if he's watching this or not, but currently in the air, should be close, fresh off his trip from the UK, coming here to be here for the circuit. I'm so excited. Big shout out to Deechworks for making that happen as well. We're going to talk about who's coming, what they're racing, and where we're doing all of the stuff this weekend at the circuit 2026. So, Mr. Eric White, hit the intro. Let's do this thing.
All right, let's go.
All right, dude. I'm excited to be doing this tonight. It'll be nice to have just a break, to be honest, and a little bit of the wind down as we lead up to the circuit tomorrow. So, guys, if you don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of the show you're watching here, and the news on Saturday mornings. No news this Saturday though, because we're going to be at the circuit. So we're going
Yeah,
to be doing live something. I guarantee you, around 9 o'clock that morning. So it's going to be kind of fun. My co-host, Mr. Eric White, what you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and news, and man, I am just ready for the circuit. It feels like we've been prepping for this for a long time, and I'm just ready to get there. Flying out tomorrow morning, be the first time flying. Family's coming with, and
Mhm.
we'll be there actually before like 9 p.m. like I usually show up.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for them to come too and see you really in your element. I know she's been to Byron with you a few times and that kind of stuff. Got to put my phone away, dude. The messages are insane. But I am excited for them to come down and kind of witness this, and especially for this event. Like this is a big one. This is our largest event so far. So we're going to talk about all that stuff tonight. I see a bunch of folks over here in the comment section. Want to say thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you all for taking the time. And there are so many people that are on the road right now, or they're going to be on the road tomorrow and they'll be watching this. And I just want to say, be safe, have fun, uh, make wise choices. Don't do anything dumb on the road and, cost yourself a really fun weekend. So, and if you guys will, I'm just going to ask you right now, when you see stuff of ours pop up this weekend, please, please, please go ahead and hit the like button, because if you don't, the amount of content we're going to put out this weekend is going to be unheard of. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind. But if you don't like that stuff, Facebook will stop showing it to you. And we don't need that to happen, because we'll be back to business the week after we get back. But thank you all so much. Hit the share button right now as we get into this. And then also, dude, sponsors, man, it's so cool to be as we lead into our biggest event of the year and just have this list of folks and have people coming from these companies, and it's just so much fun. So thank you so much to Summit Racing. Appreciate all they do. They are sponsors here on the show, the news title sponsor, and also the title sponsor for the circuit, and the awards that happen at the end of the year. So I mean, they do a lot for us and a lot with us. We appreciate them a whole lot. Deechworks, again, racer party. We wouldn't be racing go-karts and eating. I ordered 80 pizzas today, to let y'all know. We wouldn't be doing it without Deechworks, and they're bringing two cars to race. I mean, the total badasses. Molly Motorsports, Adams driving all the way from North Carolina to come out, and they're doing a giveaway on a Power Pack piston kit for the folks at the circuit. It's going to be freaking awesome. Driven Racing Oil, love those guys. All the whole team at Driven has they are dragon driven to the core now. That's all they do is well, it's not all they do. They do a lot, but they are getting out to those events. Howard's Cams, of course, JWire Solutions, who's on their way from Michigan. I think they're driving right now or pretty close to it. AFCO Racing Products, love Eric Saffel and Rex over there. If you guys need any suspension, cooling, brakes, and more, those guys can do it. Performer Built Transmissions, best GM transmission builders on the market. And they put a 4L60 in the sevens. I don't think we have to explain anything else. Car Chains 3D, the sponsor of our U versus U class, which we're going to go over car counts in a minute. And folks that are in U versus U, you may be interested in looking at some other classes too, because bro, there's a bunch of them. And then Low Dollar Motorsports, our newest sponsor, that's the Daily Burnout. Are you guys enjoying that? I hope you are. Eric put together a 260 photos or something, right?
I believe it was like that. Yeah.
Insane. And then we have a whole bunch of reels of burnouts across the time. And Brian is putting those videos together and dropping those once a week. So excited to have all of them out. And PowerTube TV, we're going to be doing an exclusive video for them here from the circuit. They said to cap it at 14 minutes. I don't know if we can do that, but we'll give them something to look at for 14 minutes. I would guarantee you. And then Racing Junk. If you break your stuff while you're here, Tulsa is a huge part of Racing Junk Classified. So just look up stuff there as well as, all the other places that are available. All right. Enough of me jaw jabbering about all that fun stuff. Let's let Brian Loans tell us about Summit Racing.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance, priced to make your project affordable, and it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
All right. A big shout out to Summit, and they have a new product. You see this thing from Tommy? I know we're not really, you and I aren't necessarily Mopar guys, but dude, the Pro Mopar line, we had Brian Nutter on a couple weeks ago talking about the Pro series. They have stage 1 through 5 B/RB engines. I don't know what the hell that is in Mopar language, but somebody's going to just rake me over the coals for not knowing. And then stages 1 through 4 camshaft hydraulic roller cams for both of those on LA and Magnum engines as well. So that all just dropped like yesterday. I think he sent us that email. So that's pretty cool to see them, continue to just hammer that stuff out. And, big shout out to Brian Nutter for coming on and expanding my brain a little bit. And then, of course, we talk about this every week, but, the Drag Drive Repeat Summit branded merch is available on summitracing.com at all the warehouses and retail locations. But for the first time ever, you're going to be able to buy it right here at the circuit because I have a huge box of stuff, T-shirts, hoodies, the big brim hats, and the brand new baseball caps are all in the trailer right now, ready for me to leave in the morning. I haven't even opened the box yet. I knew I would get one of the hats out, and then it would be downhill from there. I'd be wearing a hoodie and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have those. It's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, Tom Bagguley here saying I need me a Summit DDR hoodie.
That is for sure. A lot of folks do. Please, please, please. Drag Drive Repeat updates for this week. This whole show is kind of a Drag Drive Repeat update. So we're loaded. We're ready for the circuit. My brother has the old truck, or Stanley as we call him, ready to go 100%. And then he picked up the Narcs cart tonight, a few little touches on that. And I'm really excited. My 16-year-old daughter is going to be driving and racing it this week. So that'll be kind of cool too. But Mr. White has something super cool going on over there. So tell us what's up, dude.
Yep. So on Tuesday, I dropped off the engine at the local machine shop here, Jammer, and they're going to hot tank it and check it for cracks. So do the MagnaFlux. And I'm hoping when I come back on Monday that they'll be finished with it. Since I'm off work and flying back early, hopefully I can go pick it up and get it put on the engine stand, because then it's Molly pistons, it's Howard's cam, and boy, I'm excited for this. This is, I've rebuilt LS engines before, but never to this degree. So this is going to be fun.
Well, and dude, I can't wait for this thing to go together and just listen, we're coming 10-0 racing. We're coming for your asses. Get ready. And once we get that figured out, then we're coming for some 850 stuff too. Well, what else you got? There's something super cool that happened to you. I'm going to make you a big screen so you can tell us all about it.
Yeah. So big shout out to Michael Heston at Bucket List Mob. Sent me a podcast mic. How cool is that?
Dude, that's so cool. I'm excited. Sounds good too, man.
Yeah, he said he had a birthday gift and for me to send him my address, so I did. Not at all what I was expecting. I said, "You didn't have to do that," and he said, "Yes, I did." He said, "Your voice sounds so different in person that we need to get you a different mic." So, huge
Yeah.
shout out to him. I appreciate that very much. This thing's it's going to take me a little bit to get used to. Like we were talking before the show, I can actually hear myself while I'm talking, which is something new. So.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's podcast life right there, I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So big shout out to my mom, who sadly is not coming this weekend. She came to the short circuit, had a great time, was going to come this, but that's the way it goes sometimes when you got family stuff going on. So love her, appreciate her and all the support she gives us. Let's talk about the circuit 2026, bro. This is gonna be a quick one. Hydrate, people. Look, you're in cars, you're just driving, like, yeah, just hydrate, drink some water, add a Gatorade into your mix. I have coolers and coolers. Like, I've literally brought 3 coolers with me. We'll have one on at every station, like in the staging lanes, one at the registration booth, and then one that just roaming around as well. Hydrate, please. Like, it's not going to be super warm this weekend, but there's going to be a lot of sunshine and wind. So you're not going to know that you're dehydrated until like Saturday night. And that's when we need you your best, because we're go-kart racing. We start tomorrow, dude. It's absolutely insane to think that we're starting tomorrow. I cannot believe it. One day,
Yeah.
one day.
I'm
I
pretty
think,
excited.
yeah, when we started doing these, it was like 74 days or something like that. And it seemed like
Yeah.
forever, but it is not that. Quick reminder for the punch cards for the folks that are watching this later. Friday, we're only going to require 1 pass to be submitted. You can make as many as you can, but you're only going to need to turn in 1. And then day 2 and 3, which is Saturday and Sunday, we do require 2 passes. You can make it again as many as you want. The reason we do the punch cards is to keep that line going and keep everybody rolling through, because we want to get to open run as fast as we can, so everybody that's needing a pass can get it. So during your time, your class call, you can only make 2 passes. So that's where this becomes more difficult than some of the other regional events and probably some of the national events, is because you can't one and done at the circuit. You have to do 2. But if you don't get a good 2 in your class run, you're in open run with everybody else. So just keep in mind of that. Those will be given to you tomorrow when we register, and Friday morning when we register as well. Just a quick update. We have moved VIP Tech. If you guys were looking at the old artwork, we've moved VIP Tech up to the tower. So when you pull up, there's going to be a sign that's going to say, "Did you pre-register?" No, you go over here and wait in the long line. And then if you did, you're going to go over here and wait in the short line. Okay. Pre-registered to the right, non-registered to the left. We'll be using the staging lanes for all of our tech and stuff like that. So it'll kind of help with the normal flow of traffic and everything. We will park in the very back. Your tow rigs will park in the very, very back, and then we will pit up on the asphalt. So keep that in mind. We'll go over all that again. I mean, it's everywhere. Before you go, as you're loading stuff into your bag tonight or tomorrow night, whenever you're leaving, make sure you grab like an extra hoodie. Make sure you grab something that you may not wear anymore that's still in good shape. Grab that stuff, a poncho, backpacks. You can see the list here. Actually, I'll go ahead. I'm going to drop the link in here for Youth Services of Tulsa. You guys know that's who we're supporting this year. Jump on the list there, jump on the link that I'm dropping here, and see if there's something that you have that you can bring. Sleeping bags, deodorant, all that kind of stuff. Don't use deodorant, but use everything else. Clothes, as long as they're in good shape, sleeping bags, shoes, all that kind of stuff. These Youth Services of Tulsa helps kids that are sometimes homeless, sometimes needing help, sometimes needing, clothes. A lot of times foster kids or folks that leave a bad situation leave with the clothes on their back. So just keep that in mind. And young adults 14 to 22 is what Youth Services helps. So those a lot of times are kids the size of adults. So young people the size of adults, because a 22-year-old is an adult, if you didn't know that. And lastly, on this portion of the circuit, thank you very much for being awesome. Y'all, this is the biggest event I've ever hosted. It's going to be bad to the bone, and I cannot wait. Last Thursday, Eric and I were truly thinking, man, what's going to happen with this weather? And I was serious PTSD. And then yesterday, everything cleared out. So It's going to be gorgeous. So get ready is what I'm saying. Again, pre-register. Outtix, outix.co would have sent an email. And then we also send an email with a link to take you in there. So, all right, enough of me talking. Let's do driven racing oil event updates.
All right. Before we get into that, I just saw J-Wire here saying that they are just about out of Michigan. Only 755 miles to go.
I love those guys. I wonder how far TJ Linebaugh is from them. Because he's coming from that direction.
Tom Bagguley said landing, talk soon.
Bring it on, bud. I can't wait.
All right, let's hit some driven racing oil stuff.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven racing oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high zinc formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance.
And you guys know code DDR10 is going to be the discount code for anything on Driven Racing Oil website, oil. They got assembly lube, they've got degreaser, anything that you need, they've got it. So head on over there and check that out as well. All right, so let's talk about some event stuff. Dude, we are at our last event for April already.
What happened?
Yeah, I felt like a week ago we were talking about all these events, and now we're down to just the circuit starting tomorrow, which is crazy. April 30th through May 3rd, Tulsa Raceway Park. If you guys hadn't heard us talk about that, then you're hiding under a rock.
Yeah.
So looking into May, first event in May is the Mickey Thompson Turn and Burn. That is May 5th through 9th at Summit Motorsports Park. That's only 6 days away.
Dude, that's crazy.
Then we've got a couple week break, and we've got Back to the Streets, May 20th through 24th at Bunker Hill and Brown County. Super excited for that. That is 21 days away. Drop the Hammer, May 28th through 31st at Mid-Michigan Motorplex, 29 days away. And same weekend, Sick Speed Fest, May 28th through 30th at Beach Bend Raceway, also 29 days away.
Dude, it's crazy. And last night when I was on the Gearhead Perspective podcast, after the episode, John Doherty was really trying to talk me into just riding up to Back to the Streets with him. So I said we put a 2-car, he can maybe borrow a 2-car hauler. We put the old truck on the trailer and I can ride up with them.
That's not a bad idea.
I know, it's kind of what I thought. Like,
And then looking into June, we talked about this last week, but the number of events in June is just absolutely crazy. There's 11 events in the month of June. We had 5 in April. We've got 4 in May, and then we jump straight into June with 11 events. So you can see the list here. Street Weekend, June 4th through 7th. Streetcar Challenge, also June 4th through 7th. Alaska Speed Week, June 8th through 13th. Rocky Mountain Race Week, June 5th through 12th. Six Summer, June 15th through 20th. BC Drag It Challenge, June 17th through 22nd. Two-Lane Throwdown, June 20th and 21st. Home Quarter Drag and Drive, June 19th through 21st. East Coast Drag and Drive, June 26th through 28th. The Great American Detour, June 27th through July 4th. And rounding out the month, Buckeye Skips, June 29th through July 3rd. And last time he was in here, I think last week, he had 1 spot open. I'm sure he will let us know if that one is still available or if they are officially sold out.
Buckeye Skips, I did see they are officially sold out.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think you
That's
posted
awesome.
them on Monday or Tuesday. So congratulations to them, man. That's awesome.
Very cool. And an event that was sold out that opened up some new spots. We have, did I not put a picture in there? I think I forgot. I did. Southeast Street Meet, they had made a post saying that they have a limited number of spots that they opened up for the fall event. So they say now is your opportunity. They won't be leaving it open for very long, but enough people have asked, so take advantage while you can. So if that is an event that you are interested in, head over and jump on that, because like they said, it won't be open for long, and that's a fun event over
Oh
there.
man, street meat is awesome. It's awesome. Margaritas and tacos, and it's just a good time. It's a good time. It's a great way to end the season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that puts us at 50 events for the year, which is crazy. Again, you can find all those events at dragdriverepeat.com/event list 2026. And that link is in the chat. Again, we've got the interactive map where you can see where all these events start at, or if you want to see it in list form, scroll past that and they are at the bottom.
I was trying to go back up to Buckeye Skips. He said they sold out, but I can't get my cursor to move. There we go. Sold out. It gone.
Awesome. I am glad to see that. That is great for them to be sold out.
Yep, great news for that, man. That's so cool. And dude, June is nuts. It looks absolutely insane.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. J-Wire stuff, bud.
All right. So we couldn't start J-Wire segment without anything else but Jay and Brian doing some testing. This was 4 days ago, I believe, on April 25th. They said we had a pretty decent day at US 131, getting ready for the circuit. After we went 8500, the ET moved around a little bit, but very happy with the results from today. We are primed to get on the road Wednesday and head west. There are a bunch of 850 guys coming, and we are locked and loaded. So excited for this class.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about it for months now. You know,
Yeah.
Brian, you've got Mark Campbell, you've got TJ Lineball, and a number of other guys that are going to be out there battling. And I think
here, hang on. Let me. I'll tell you how many are in that class. We'll sneak peek this a little bit.
this might be the most competitive year we've had in this 850 class.
Oh yeah, there's 21 cars in that class.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's some sneaky folks in there that I don't recognize that are going to end up coming in here and crushing. So.
Yeah. Buckeye Skips, thank you guys for all your support. Appreciate it. And that's what we do here. Love it that you are sold out, and I hope you have a amazing event. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the timing with their event and then leading into that huge weekend at the track is going to be pretty cool.
Yep. And next up, the Havlicks Fastest Streetcar Shootout. Did you see this? The spectator ride along?
I'm in. Jason Hurley, get the seat ready, bud. I'm ready.
Yeah. So this was pretty cool. This was just posted a couple days ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, after several months of planning this, we are beyond excited to announce the opening of our spectator ticket sales this Friday, May 1st, with an exciting twist on this year's spectators. From this Friday until June 28th, all weekend spectator passes purchased will be entered into a drawing to win a Redline Oil ride along in one of the baddest streetcars of all time. We have an all-star lineup of the baddest Uber cars on the planet, ready to take several spectators for an experience you can't get anywhere else. Riders will meet the drivers in the staging lanes and take a stroll down the track and through the pits and down the road, depending on which car you end up in. This is just a cruise. You will not be making a pass.
Oh, sure.
Just to throw that out there.
I'm sure that those racers will not be doing anything with excited fans in the car.
I mean, I don't know if you see that, but that top car on that picture is the 3-time Drag and Drive world champion.
Yeah. He's the baddest dude to ever do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yep. So they said the ride-along will be held on August 6th at 3 p.m. before the epic on-track photo shoot and reunion pre-party with a live band courtesy of Cordova Dragway. The drawing will be split into 2 groups. The first group will be for children 12 and under. The second group is for the big kid and all of us 12 years and older. on July 11th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. They'll go live on Facebook to pick all of the winners. So pretty awesome. If you are going to be anywhere in this area the weekend of this event, you have to be there August 6th through 8th.
Yeah.
I say it every year.
Don't wait that long.
This is one of
buy
my
that ticket
favorite
now.
events.
Oh, dude, for sure. And I think what's really cool about this event is it truly does like, I mean, I watched some of that stuff back then or saw it in the magazines, but like it wasn't like we're involved like we are now, you know. And to be that close to all those cars is so freaking cool.
J-Wire here saying that Baker Bounty is coming back with them. That's
Yeah, we're gonna
that's
talk
pretty
about that here in
interesting.
a
We'll
second
see.
too. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. This is crazy for Havlicks to do a ride along. I mean, let me run this by you. Hey, Eric, you've got one of the baddest street cars on the planet. Would you let some random stranger ride in this thing with you? Like, sure.
I mean, I think it's an awesome idea. I mean, this
Oh, I
I
love
don't
it,
think
dude.
has been done at least at any drag and drive. I'm sure there's drag racing events where they do something similar. You know, I
Mhm.
think of my local circle track before it was shut down. You know, you could do things like this, but this is the first time I'm really seeing this in drag and drive, and I think it's a great idea. I think
Yeah.
for one, the kids 12 and under are going to get a chance to do this, which is just really going to hook some kids into it. And then
Yeah.
again, all of us big kids, you know, I want to go for a ride in Goldstone's car or Hurley's
I
car.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. I thought, man, how do I get a ride in that, you know? Because dude, the great thing about being around cool cars like that is it makes you want to go back and either build a cool car or work on your cool car. So this is huge, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Great job to team over at Havlicks for doing this. This is gonna be cool.
Yep. Oh, I think I deleted the photo you had right here, actually.
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
So here, the last part of this segment, we're going to talk about the 2026 Carolina Drag Cruise winners. And if you want to do like we normally do, we'll kind of rotate through these. But the
Mhm.
first one here was the reaction time. That was won by Stacy Galloway. The best reaction time was a 0.0082, which is pretty
Insane.
awesome. They won that with an average of 0.019.
That's
reaction
awesome
time.
out of a drag and drive because you don't have to. There's no reason to cut big, cut great lights on drag and drive. But man, I love it when people do it. Dial your own. How about Brandon Demicky? Mm. 0099 average spread across the dial your own class there.
Yeah, pretty awesome. True Street was Duran Bagwell with a 7.372 average.
Yeah, and then name we're familiar with in stick shift here, Rob Warwick, 6.2116 average for him.
And then Limited Street, we got Chris Engel with a 6.094 average.
Man, and we'll have to dig into some of the vintage street here because Kyle Compton comes out with a 521 average to end the weekend. And I think when we were talking on Saturday, maybe he was like he had a 540 something as his second pass. So he must have really laid it out.
Yeah. Gasser was Troy Leitner with a 6.001 average.
Man, that's a fast gasser. That's a fast gasser. Long time badass here in Drag and Drive, Mr. Dustin Trance with Steve as his co-pilot out there. Hardcore Street takes the win with a 542 average.
Yeah. And then the last one here was the Spirit of Drag and Drive. And to be honest, I was going to reach out and try to get the story on why this was chosen, but getting ready for the circuit, I dropped the ball on that. But the winner of that was Lowell Rust. So congratulations to them. I still plan on reaching out and getting that story just so that we can follow up on that at our next live.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations to them. Lowell Rust is he's another drag and drive racer I've talked to really when we started this. He kind of helped give some motivation to kick off a lot of the stuff we do. So big shout out to him and congratulations. And good luck to J-Wire and Brian as they cruise down through let's see where they go. Illinois, Ohio, Missouri, part of Kansas for about 12 minutes, and then into Oklahoma as they come down for the circuit, and then see if they can four-peat. Sorry, not three-peat, four-peat the street race power rider class win.
Yeah, Chris White here saying, evening, fellas. Looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple days. One of my favorite Blazer, S10 Blazer pickup trucks and all of Drag and Drive.
Yeah. Big shout out to that thing. All right. Well, the Molly Motorsports team, again, driving all the way out here. We'll let Scott Klontz tell us about them, and then we'll jump into some of the updates.
Looking for a forged piston kit for your vehicle? You need Molly Motorsport Power Pack. What is Power Pack? It's the ultimate forged piston kit that comes complete with pistons, performance file fit rings, hot string steel pins, and clips, all engineered to work together, so all you have to do is build something great. Find your Power Pack at mollymotorsport.com.
Yeah, big shout out to Adam and the team over there.
And big shout out to Molly in general, because like I mentioned earlier, first thing I'm going to do when I get that block back is crankshaft's going to go in, Molly pistons on Gen 4 rods are going in, and then the Howard's camshaft is going in. So
yeah,
super excited about that. Nicest pistons I'll probably ever have in anything.
I don't know about that, but it's the nice ones for a while. Ohio is the wrong direction. Hey, listen, geography, we're not worried about that tonight. All right. Well, big shout out to Molly for doing a raffle during the circuit again. Last year, they raised more than $1,100 for the youth services of Tulsa. This year, I love it. Early on, we talked to Scott about it, and I want to say we kind of twisted his arm on this a little bit to do this. So $5 each ticket, $20 for 5 tickets, or $100 for your wingspan, which is pretty cool. So big fan of that. And all proceeds again going to youth services of Tulsa. So if you need a piston kit, which everybody does, go over, see Adam at the tent, and buy you some raffle tickets during the weekend. We talked about it just a second ago, but car count for street race power adder class brought to you by Molly Motorsports North America and the team over there. 21 cars in that class.
I am excited for that.
Dude, 21 cars. So pretty excited about having that many cars, because like I said, somebody's going to be sneaky in there and have an 850 car that maybe I didn't recognize right out of the gate, recognize the name or the car out of the gate. So it's going to be kind of fun to watch that go down. Brian Acton, of course, our 3-time champion in that class, has not let up. The great thing about this year is he will have some serious competition in that class. The last 2 years, I think it's been like 880s or 890s or 90s. It takes a second place win because of some breakage. This probably isn't the year for that. This is going to be a year where we're going to see these guys duke it out. And the weather is truly going to benefit those guys from that direction, because we're going to be in the 60s and low 70s. Those guys, that's probably what they've raced in already. So should be pretty good for them. So Baker Bounty, $1,000 from Baker Engineering. Big shout out to them. They build the engine for Brian Acton's Nova. So, hey, it tells you they're putting their money where their mouth is. They ran what did you say earlier? 8504 or something like that? No. It was TJ Linebaugh that ran that.
Yeah, I think they had an 8500 something. Was one of their passes.
Bro, bring it on. Bring it on. TJ Linebaugh, 8504 out of the gate in his first outing. I think maybe like first off the trailer. And then Mark Campbell's been to the track a few times, he said, but he won't give us any kind of time. So, it's going to be fun to watch these guys go down. Mark Campbell has been 850 something at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022 or 2023, and one and done's. He was done by like 9 o'clock one morning and left and went and got to the hotel. So pretty exciting. This thing is going to really, really kick ass and take names. But what we're going to talk about for the rest of this segment is thrashes.
Yes, there's been plenty of thrashes I have seen. In fact, I text you or messaged you this morning. I was like, hey, we should probably put a thrash segment into the show because of all the things that I had been seeing on Facebook.
Yeah, and I didn't get them all in here because the more and more I just even looked partially, there was more added to it. Every time somebody made a post about thrashing, somebody else was right behind them. Rocky Welton bringing a Coyote swapped OBS Chevy truck. I can't wait to see that. He's been working on getting that thing ready. Clint Cantu swapped a 4.8 to a 6-liter to make the event. Don't know any other details. That was all he put in the comments. John Ketch, who's on the left here, who is also the first race down the track, has worked very hard the last few days to get the car back together and sent me a message this morning, I think at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and said, "Hey, we had a part delayed by a day, but don't worry, we're going to make it." I'm like, dude, that's so close. But this car is, it's ready to go. And then the shot on the right there is Eric Reisner, who found a leaking axle last night. So he's thrashing to get all of that fixed. David Lips, big shout out to him. He's making comments over here in the side there, 18 plus hours away, and was driving in rain. So good luck to him on the way down. I'll let you take over on some of the other ones. I just highlighted the one I left off on.
Go ahead, because I'm looking some up to add to the end of this.
Oh, gotcha. Ellie Kitchen. I was talking to Cliff Parvin today, who's our announcer. He said he was at Ellie Kitchen's shop, and they were working on her car. Said that they had just put in new transmission, new rear gear, and new power adder. They were wrapping it up the last piece today, hoping to be able to fire it tonight. Donovan Aville said that he should have his new center section and axles in tonight. This is a post from this morning. And then Casey Shuey said it's ready minus a rear window reseal tonight. He's got a G-body. Looked like it was all ready to go, except there was nothing on the front end. Like he had no tires. It didn't look like brakes on it, but maybe they were. And then Mike Angerer, who had moved from the race side of stuff to the road trip because he just wanted to cruise, sent me this photo. He has no motor or transmission in the car now. He was just going to swap a stock bottom end set up into the car and just go and have fun. And he's still thrashing on it. So tough love there, man.
Yeah, Chris Paget here saying John's working on it now.
Oh man.
David Lips saying almost to Dayton, punching straight through in one shot.
Dude.
And then Mark Campbell, haven't made any 850 passes yet in 26. Been running go fast 8th mile stuff.
Oh, that'll be interesting for him to have to slow it down. Yeah, I know that car's been really fast, so that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, the other one I wanted to bring up that we didn't have in here was Brett Marvel, who was one of our first 5 races. Also was another one who had some issues and isn't gonna make it.
Nope, but we do have a C10 to fill the spot. Are you ready to hear which C10 it is?
I am.
It's the old truck. So Steven is going to race Doodoo Brown, Red Hat Scotty's wagon for, I think, the 3rd race down the track. Now, the last time we made a pass in that truck, we deleted 2 pistons. So we've been working on getting everything together, making sure it's ready to go. I've driven it a whole bunch, and, I'm never nice to that truck at all. It's done great. We do have a little bit of breakup up top. So it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully we don't delete 2 pistons 3rd pass down the track. So
and
we're working on it right now. So.
And I think one of our Cheap Car Challenge racers isn't going to make it as well. That's the other one I was looking for here, Brandon Hayes.
Yeah, dang it. I hated that too because that car was so cool. But you really run into a situation with the Cheap Car Challenge that you need to do things to those cars, but then at the same time, you really don't need to do that stuff. So
Yeah.
he just, sadly, I mean, I don't know how, he is very talented to build the stuff he's built, but you just run out of time. You just don't have time to finish all the stuff. So, yes.
My favorite.
Go ahead.
My favorite part of his post was here at the end. It says, but that begs the question, what does the future hold for Kitty? Which is what he was calling the car. So that makes me excited because as we talked before, they start out as cheap car challenges. However, just like Nico, they turn into race cars after that. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does with it.
Yeah, and to have it's like a square, I don't know what you would call that Grand Marquis, but like it's the square one from the late 80s. I mean, that thing's going to be an absolute blast when he gets it done. So, he was trying to figure out how to put a turbo on it before he came and all that kind of stuff, and just ran out of time. Red Hat Scotty says, you better tell Steven a cheeseburger bet is still in effect. Believe it, brother. My money's on the line there. So that's what I'm going with Stanley. Stanley's never ran quicker than a 14.0 in the quarter mile. So should be kind of fun. And big shout out to Brandon Parker because I bought some 235/60 15s from him to put on the truck, hopefully to get some gearing difference. The 275/50 15s I have on it or had on it, dude, it's like 1 inch difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not going to do anything for what I was looking for, but we do have brand new tires on it now as compared to some wore out radials from before. So big shout out to Brandon, and it's going to look so good on those tires. Raffle items, we're going to be also doing some stuff. So big shout out to Travis Wise, Revved Up Laser Works. He's donating a Goldstone Chevelle and an Armand Trout Nova from the Johnny Lightning series as part of the raffle. Red Hat Scotty got with BTR, Brian Tuller Racing, and they donated a bunch of stuff there. So that'll be raffle items. I've printed out the stuff today. The short circuit, we're going to do a free entry. The 2-lane throwdown, we're doing free entry, and the Route 66 roundup, we're doing a free entry for all of those. And then PowerTube TV, Howard's Cams, AFCO Racing, and Driven all sent banners that will be hanging up during the event, and then we'll be taking those down and giving those away as raffle prizes too. So it's going to be kind of fun.
Dude, I always love a good banner for the garage. So those are awesome.
I'm telling you. And yeah, Red Hat Scotty here says 235 versus a 26.8 slick. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want to thank our folks and then
yeah, I was going to say this is about perfect time because we're going to hit our thanks and we're going to hit the Deechworks segment, and that's perfect time for Tom to come in. So again, appreciate all of our race car friends. Can't say enough about all you guys. Comments, posts, everything that you guys do. Appreciate all of that. Can't wait to see you guys in less than 24 hours. I fly out at 8:45 in the morning. So super excited. Can't wait to see all of you guys. And again, all of our sponsors, can't do that without them. Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performa-Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, PowerTube TV, and Racing Junk.
All right, let's hit the do we have a Deechworks ad? Nope. We need those guys to do it. I'm sure they got a commercial. Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, lines, filters, and fittings, plus pump modules and surge tanks, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 4,000 plus horsepower. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, Deechworks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. Let's bring in Mr. Tom Bagguley. UK Tom, gonna be up here hanging out with us, bro. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be insane. I'm so looking forward to it.
Insane. Oh, and to have you come to the circuit really is pretty freaking cool. And do you wear a D-Short shirt?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I am, yeah, and the hat as well, yeah.
Nice.
Well traveled, yes.
Right. So are you in Tulsa right now?
I am. I have landed. I have found a nice quiet spot in the terminal, with watching the sunset go down. And I thought, yeah, this would be a good spot.
Nice. What time did you leave home in your home time?
Well, it's 8 p.m. We're 7 hours behind in the UK, so it's 1 a.m. right now. So that means I've been traveling I've been awake for about 20 hours, which is probably why I look like death. Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. That's
yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Well, we are glad you're here. We have you a hotel room for tonight, and of course, go over there, get some sleep. Richard Brewer, the Dirty Panda, will be in sometime tonight. I think he was leaving about 2:00, so that puts him there.
Yep.
I don't know, midnight or something like that.
I think it's in this is like 11:30 or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be perfect. And then you guys can ride over in the morning, and man, it's gonna be so cool. Eric will be right behind you guys. We don't have to do anything until noon, so take your time, get some sleep, get acclimated and all that kind of stuff. So well, let's talk about cool shit that's going on with Deechworks, because you talk to those guys, probably as often as I do. But dude, they're bringing two cars Mark Campbell is bringing the 850 class. This is going to be fun to watch him do this. And then David Deitch's Volvo Amazon with the 4G63. I can't wait to rub my grubby hands all over that thing. I'm gonna sit in it. I'm going to be all over that thing. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on both those cars. Yeah,
it's going to be a ton of fun. Let's run through some of this stuff. So, Racer Party sponsor, of course, from Detroit. We appreciate them. Love that they're doing this. Talked to Rod over at Oklahoma Motorsports Complex yesterday. 20 go-karts are ready to go. Some of them got new tires. All of them got tune-ups. He's like, get ready. We're going to have a good time. I wanted to ask you guys, though, we are doing a final race at 9:15. So the question is, how do we figure out, without a timing system, how to race the final 20 cars?
People not from the US get to go.
Well, I mean, definitely. You're going to get to race as much as you want. You'd be like, it's fine. This is what we do in the UK.
Yeah. Last time I raced karts was at Kart Chaos, the first PRI Kart Chaos. And dude, I was beat after like 15 minutes. It was insane.
Yeah. I love that one, but man, I just did qualifying this year because I tried it the year before and 12 minutes was too long for me. So
yeah.
We're doing 10-minute
intervals.
Rough. Yeah, we're going to see if 10-minute intervals is too long for folks as well. Because we'll be 2 days into the circuit at that point. It's the end of Friday. So or end of Saturday. So it should be pretty wild. Pizzas I ordered, like I said earlier, I ordered 80 pizzas today, 40 that'll be delivered at 7 or 6:30, and then another 40 that will be delivered at 7:30. Garlic knots, I think I ordered cheese bread with them, and then also some cinnamon nuts. So should be pretty awesome.
Dude, what is better than pizza and go-karts?
I don't know. I feel like I'm 12 again, dude. Oh shit!
Speaking of a corn dog,
right? Speaking of carts, for the household, the other day we bought Mario Kart for the Wii, and so I'm bringing that as well, plus a 43-inch TV that used to sit in the shop. So we're going to do a Mario Kart game as well throughout the night. Got 4
so when you're worn out,
at the racer party.
Sweet. So yeah, when you're worn out playing actual carts, you can then go play Mario Kart and redeem yourself.
Yeah, right. So I think it's going to be fun to really mess around with that. And of course, it's not mandatory for people to stay all night because they do have the Tulsa Legendary Midnight Drags going on Saturday night. So, but you do have to stop by the Oklahoma Motorsports Complex. It is a route stop. I just want to put that in people's head because we had a little bit of that a couple of years ago, and I want to remind them, just because we're throwing a party there doesn't mean it's not a route stop. So it should be a good time.
Don't forget, take photos. Take photos, as many photos as you can.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember you may even get in a situation. Yeah, because I've had a situation before where my phone didn't take photo, and I had to beg people around me, that I knew were around me, hey, there's my car in the background of your photo to prove me there. So it's happened, and it's a thing. So take as many photos because you might help someone else out as well.
Yep. And then Robert Voss, Camp Counselor Bob here, saying I'm pumped for camping at the kart track. So yeah, he's handling all the camping. So Thursday night camping, Tulsa Raceway Park, Friday night camping at Thunder Valley, Saturday night camping at the go-kart track. So it should be pretty fun. Hang out there.
What's this here from Mark Campbell? We have something cool to give away for successful kart racers on Saturday.
Oh, interesting. I haven't heard or seen anything of this. This is going to be kind of fun. All right.
That's new. Yeah.
That just took my competition up a notch right there. I am in whatever it is, and I don't even know.
Yeah, bring it on, right?
I'd take cash for pit maneuvering people on track, just saying.
I can be bribed.
Yes. They got race car parts to buy, of course.
Right, yeah. Or trips to make back over here to the States. This imitation deal is not going to be inexpensive, and we need to get Tom here big time. But big shout out to Detroit as well. This will be the last part I'm talking about on this one before we move into some fun stuff. They are going to hang out for a little bit after hours at the location, so don't necessarily hang out at Tulsa till the track closes unless you need that pass. Go ahead and get on the road on Friday and get over and hang out with the team over at Detroit and take a tour of that facility and stuff. Okay, fun stuff here. Trophy list for the specialty trophies. Okay, this is a good one. I really enjoy this. So we're going to do biggest wheelie from Four Eyed Performance and Johnny Allen Media. That's a good one. That's for the entire weekend. So everybody kind of keep your eyes peeled because I can't watch every pass and we see all the big wheelies there. The tailgate shootout, which is the top 4 in the tailgate class when we go into racing on Sunday. We'll race those top 4. They get $500 and I think a trophy by Revved Up Laser Works. So pretty awesome. And then, Eric, do you want to flip through these? We'll go down.
Yeah, so the quickest 60 foot, that one is from Brandon Parker, which was pretty cool. That one we've done. I think we did that last year as well, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be $60 for the quickest 60 foot, which is pretty clever. I like that.
Yeah, I like that one a bunch. And then quickest nitrous, big shout out to Nitrous Express. They jumped on board today actually and signed up as the quickest nitrous. So they're going to give that winner $100. Pretty awesome. And then first broke from Narcoleptic Customs. I love that trophy. I don't know why I didn't just always sponsor that trophy in the first place. So the first time somebody puts inside oil on the outside or does something to where they can't continue the race, they get the first broke trophy.
But listen, if you do that and you fix it, you've got the biggest comeback, which is basically whoever tears their stuff up the worst, but is still able to make repairs and continue on and finish. And that one's by Turnkey Fab.
Yeah, big shout out to them. That's going to be a fun one to try and keep track of. I think UK Tom would have probably won that one at Mega Week. Is it Mega Week?
No, it was 1.0 for 24. Yeah, it was race week 1.0 for 24, I think.
Yep.
Where it lifted the ringland. So I spent the dry day swapping a piston. Yep. In the where you used to have the VIP tech in that little building. So they can get canopy. It was like, it was 110 degrees outside as well. So that piece of shade, the best. I love that piece of shade.
Sure. That's awesome.
So yeah, anything is possible. You break stuff and there's people around you to help and things like that. So yeah. By all means, post about it.
I don't think anybody was around to help you though. I think Jimmy Bowles made sure you had water, and that was about your only saving grace.
Yeah. Eric Wilson gave me a rod and piston, just a stock rod and piston out of that he had laying around because he's done this before. And then Caleb gave me a breaker bar because he says you're going to need this for the head bolts because I had like a 1/2 inch drive set and that was it. Nice. And then yeah. A couple of people stopped and said, have you got kit to use? And then they were like, yep, sure.
That's awesome, dude.
See you later.
Right. Cody Coots here says nitrous only or boost plus nitrous. I don't care. Whatever the fastest car with nitrous on it is getting this $100. So
how many people are installing nitrous kits tonight?
That's exactly right. Hopefully a lot of the front runners. Furthest driven and made the trip is from Heads Up Hustle. Excited to have them on board here as well. And then most clapped out to make the trip, X Fuel Motorsports in Northwest Arkansas here. And then, of course, the Baker Bounty from Baker Engineering, pinpointed on Brian Acton, street race power adder class. If you can take him down and beat him in that class, Baker Engineering, $1,000, but big time deal there. So pretty exciting.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yep. So again, please DDR10 code for 10% discount at deechworks.com. Get over there, get all your fueling system needs. They are the official fuel delivery of Drag Driver Pete. All right, sir. Perform built stuff, man.
Man, we are flying tonight.
Good. I got shit to do.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, I bet. Performa Built is the official transmission builder of Drag Driver Pete. At Performa Built Transmissions, their goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. Performa Built doesn't just rebuild transmissions, they systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That is why they say their transmissions are not just built, they are Performa Built.
I want to run through here. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and give Tom that clapped out award. That's funny. All right, and Josh
Damn you, Eric.
right? I just wanted to run through in this one, kind of as we work through this short show tonight. But class counts, car counts in the class, because man, there's some big numbers here, and I want to start with. We'll just do this probably in order of alphabetical here, but 11.0 index, one of my favorite classes to watch. 14 cars in that class.
Dang. In the 12.0 index, we've got 26 cars.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. 650 index, dude, 8th mile racing here, 23 cars in that class.
That's awesome. All motor big block, we've got 14 in that class.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch. I know we've had 2 cars that have sadly fallen out, so going to be 12 cars in that one. It'll be a good one to watch. All motor small block by WAF Racing, another quarter mile class, 11 cars in that class.
Yeah, and the cheap car challenge, we've got 4 there, which I assume it'll be down to 3 with Brandon.
Yep, and who knows who else will show up. I mean, dude, there was people talking in other chats about it. Gasser Hot Rod class, there's 8 cars over in that class, which is our biggest count for that in a good while.
Josh here saying, eating my last home-cooked meal tonight before living out of gas station glass box.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that gas station pizza is the best, especially at 3 a.m. when you forget your tires are on the wrong side of the car.
Yep.
The best gas station pizza ever.
Yeah.
The next class here is Junior Street by Bolding Auto Body and Base Drop Chiropractic. We got 2 Junior Street racers, which is awesome. This is our first time doing that, and I'm super excited for them to get out here and do some racing.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And then a new class for 2026, Overdrive by Paget Performance. This kind of replaced Heavyweight just because there was not as many cars in that class. Now there's 9 signed up for Overdrive for 2026.
That's awesome. Road Trippers. This one's really cool. We got 32 Road Trippers coming out.
Yeah. Bring it on, man. I think that's going to be a great way to move forward. Now, some of those racers will move into, or some of those drivers will move into racer spots, but that's the way it goes. Small tire, dude, I thought this would be a bigger class, and it may be by the end of day 1, but 10 cars in the small tire class. That's another 8th mile class.
And stick shift. This one's pretty cool. 18 stick shift cars. Love stick shift racing, so that's going to be fun to watch too.
Yeah, the violence, bring it on. Street Race Power Adder by Molly Motorsports, 21 cars, like we said earlier. That class is going to be one of the ones to watch.
Yeah, and another good one, Tailgate by Cornerstone Performance Transmissions. We got 14 tailgates. That's going to be fun too.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. And it does top 1 and 2 in the quickest 1 and 2 in averages, and then also awards the most consistent in the tailgate class. So that's pretty awesome. So big shout out to Alex Arquette. And then Unlimited, of course, 2 cars signed up in Unlimited. So we'll see if we end up with a few more cars there.
And then by far biggest class, which we talked about, You versus You by Car Chains 3D, 64 cars in You versus You.
Yeah. So for everybody that's out there watching, you may start looking at the rules and see if your car fits another class, because I'm telling you, the U versus U stuff, that is no game to play. And man, with 64 cars in it, and that can be anything from 10.0 and slower, that class will be very tight across 5 passes. Of course, with that class, we I guess format it similar to the magazine style, which is where it is between the spread between your quickest and slowest pass. I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to do that.
Question here by Jay. What's the total car count as of right now?
Yeah, 213 as of right now. And that's, I know we have some people that have dropped out today that I just haven't taken off the list yet.
Very good. 213. That's a good number. What did we end up with last year? Do you remember?
151 or 3 or something like that.
Oh, so this is going to be significantly more.
Yeah, plus the 30-something road trippers. So we could have 70 or 80 cars more than what we had last year total.
Good deal. That means a lot more pictures I got to take too.
Come on. I'm ready. Well, big shout out to Performability and Ryan and the team up there. Kick ass, man. We appreciate them so much. And anytime you can put a 4L60 in the 7s, I mean, it just shows you the kind of level of building opportunity they got. Yeah. Chris Paget saying, glad we got 9 cars in overdrive. Me too, man. I'm excited to see that class. And I think more cars will sign up for that once they see how many are in other classes. People will begin to move around. And you can do that. You can move around. You can change your class just like other events up until the moment you turn in your time slip, your first time slip on Friday. All right, sir. Let's hop into the AFCO racing segment here. We haven't done an hour and 20-minute show in forever.
But if there is a night to do it, tonight's the night.
Dude, preach, brother.
My luggage is sitting in the other room with me just grabbing things out of the closet and tossing them in there right now.
Yeah, I haven't even opened a suitcase yet.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't even know what's in mine. I just went through the wardrobe and went, "Yep, you'll do." Chucked it on the plane, and then deal with it when I get here.
Right. So for the folks that haven't packed your stuff yet, don't worry. We do have a lot of T-shirts and hoodies that will be available for sale at the location. So get ready.
Yeah, buddy. All right, AFCO Racing. Racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling, brakes, and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers, for racers. Check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win.
Sweet. Route stops is what we're going to cover this one. Now, I want to get Tom's opinion on some of these things. Dude, have you ever been to the Golden Oil Driller deal or whatever for Tulsa?
No, I don't think I have. We went to the one with it's the Muffler Man with holding a rocket in the center of Tulsa before. Yeah, we've done that one. Yeah, is this the same one or not?
No, no, this will be different for you. So this will be kind of fun. I wanted to route people this way through town.
Yeah,
really test their cars early on. But so I missed this one. Talking about this, but like 2 miles from the track, there's a new shop that's opened, Tulsa Resto Mod Speed Shop and 918 Motorsports, which 918 Motorsports is a longtime track supporter of Tulsa, and he is a racer and all that kind of stuff. Any DDR underwear? No, not yet. Maybe. He is doing a giveaway. So if you go by there on your way through on Friday, you can pick up a raffle ticket, and on Sunday we're going to do a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that they're giving. Like it's a set of gloves and NGK spark plugs, Schaefer's oil change, something else like a 5-gallon fuel jug or something like that. So I literally routed it by there. So big shout out to Jeff Moore for making this happen. It's going to be kind of fun. And then of course, the Friday drive is longer. It's not longer in mileage, it's longer in time. I think we're going to do more. We're going to have more time, all that kind of stuff, because we're racing. A lot of people will be driving Sunday morning. So I didn't want to cut their trips, their route stops short for them to get back. So Friday, we have a bonus stop, Bristow Fire Department, which if you guys if you remember Rocky Mountain Race Week, they have been through there a few different times. I talked to them today. They were like, "Oh, really?" Like, he's like, "How many cars do you think will come by?" I was like, "Man, more than 100." He was like, "Oh yeah, that would be great." Well, if you guys will remember, and Tom will probably remember this, but they had a water leak in the past. I'm sure they'll be testing the water hoses. Same kind of situation as we go through on this trip. So please take a second, Bristow, Oklahoma. Go by the fire department. It's on the route. I've written it in where you turn and all that kind of stuff. Pop's Soda Ranch, which is going to be kind of fun. If you guys haven't been there, this is going to be a good one. We will be going through during the daytime, so it won't be as cool looking as the photo here, but this is a great spot. Go inside, get you something weird to drink, and have a good time there. And then
they have many weird flavors. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, all kinds of tons of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'll let Eric go ahead and tell us about the next few route stops, so I can just quit jabbering on.
Brian here saying Pop 66 sweets. We were stopping type 2 diabetes again. So we've got the Love's Travel Stop headquarters, which is super awesome. Obviously they're doing our camp counselor program. We're going to say this here. We're going to say it again at the drivers meeting. Do not do burnouts at the Love's Travel Stop headquarters.
Yeah.
No burnouts, period.
Yeah, that facility looks really nice, and we've been warned. That's all I'm going to say. We've been warned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been warned. Don't do burnouts.
Yeah. So we don't want to do that at all. And then, of course, the last stop of the night, Friday night, is going to be Deechworks. Racer Party sponsor, also going to hang out a little bit after hours to hang out with us and kind of just talk about some of the cars and stuff like that. So these are literally right basically across 3 blocks from each other. So should be a good time. And then Saturday, moving in, we're going to be coming back from Oklahoma Motorsports Complex Saturday night. That'll be our first route stop, of course, for the Deechworks Racer Party. I didn't put a photo in here, but Eric sent me this the other day. It's a midpoint Route 66 pin. It's actually the middle of Route 66 from Chicago to LA. So this will be kind of a cool deal. We'll pass right by it. It's right next to the road. So you'll be able to see it and pull in and get those shots.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty cool place.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the Rock Cafe here in Stroud, Oklahoma. That looks like that's going to be a cool place as well.
Yeah, that's got a lot of like Cars memorabilia, and then also a lot of history with that for the Cars movie. So a lot of the younger people that are enjoying this will enjoy that spot as well. Of course, Bristow Fire Department, we'll be driving right by that place again. If you get them all wound up on Friday, I'm sure they'll be ready for us on Sunday. And then go ahead and give us that last route stop, man.
Last route stop is the Chrysler Plymouth neon sign in Bristow, Oklahoma.
Yeah, right around the corner from the fire department. So this will be a good one. And just want to let you guys know, I've only written directions until there, because from there you are good to choose however you want to get back to the track. So I'll give you the address. You can figure out what you want. Some folks will need to get on the road and they'll jump on the interstate and drive 30 or 40 minutes and get to the track. Some other folks will decide to take Route 66. Maybe they're running like B, or they're a hard tire car and they want to take the time and take the trip. So they can jump in, they can continue their route along Route 66. But we will have been driving that on the way towards Oklahoma City. So a lot of the stuff you'll see, but if you're like me, you see, oh man, I need to stop up there on our way back. You can make those stops and we'll give you that kind of time. So that will be the last route stop for us.
I'm excited. I think being able to cruise down Route 66 on the 100th anniversary is going to be a ton of fun. And, for me, I've done a lot of, the Illinois part. So this is going to be fun to pick up some new spots too.
Yep. And I think I want to say like this weekend is the legitimate like 100th or something like that. Like they signed it or something, right?
I think it's in November is when it was officially commissioned.
Well, but I think that means when it was done, right?
Mm.
There's something going on. Well, anyways, there's a lot of events this weekend. I'll tell you, from Springfield on into Texas and everything. So we're not going to be the only ones cruising, which I think will be really, really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, are you ready, buddy? Are you excited about this?
I'm ready.
Have you ordered the
I'm
Uber
so
yet?
stoked. No, I'm not even through. Like, I literally got out of the gate. My plane is there. Got out and then sat here.
That's awesome.
I was like, let me just sit down for a little bit longer. Another hour is not going to hurt.
Right? How long was the flight, dude?
We were delayed pretty bad getting into Dallas. There was a lot of weather, so it was a 9-hour flight, and it turned into like 10 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And then sat around in Dallas airport for like 3.5 hours, even though it was only like an hour and 45-minute layover originally. And then the hour here. So
nice.
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. Well, dude, I can't wait. Again, Richard will be in tonight. Yep. And then I'm sure you guys will jump in the car and head over in the morning. We'll be there about noon. So, dude, get you some sleep, man. Take some time and enjoy it, and enjoy your last little bit before it gets wild.
Will do, dude. Thank you very much for having me.
Yep. See you, buddy.
I'll see you in the morning.
Take care. You will. Tell her.
Yeah.
How cool, man. I'm so excited he came, dude. This is going to be freaking awesome.
Yep. Super excited to see him. Super excited to fly this year. And like I said, just being able to get there I think our plane lands at like 11 or 11:15, to be able to be there that early. I've never been there to the circuit that early. I've never been there for early registration. I usually show up to the very end of the racer party. So to be able to be there and be able to do some pictures and stuff through the early tech-in stuff and then have time to still go to the hotel and drop stuff off and then go to the racer party and enjoy the whole party is going to be really fun this year. And it's going to be a lot more relaxing than sitting in a rental car for 10 and a half hours.
Well, that's what I was going to say, dude. That'll save you so much time. Even if you have a little bit of a delay, it's not a big deal because you're so ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And to get to the end of the weekend and then fly home, you still, you don't have that full day wasted. So you'll be home by noon or 1 on Monday and still have some time to unpack and kind of get your bearings, so that'd be cool.
I think it'll even be earlier than that. I think I fly out Monday at 7, so I'll be in
Oh, wow.
Chicago at like 9:30, which
Yeah.
I mean, even driving and leaving Sunday night last year and stopping at a hotel in like St. Louis, I still wasn't home that early either. So
Mhm. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
yeah, it'll be nice. And hopefully the engine will be done so that I can come back and, drop off all my stuff here and go pick up the engine. That would be awesome. It's pretty much a single guy, an older gentleman that runs the shop. So I don't want to like push him to overwork himself, but I'm like, hey, I am off on Monday, so
Yeah, just saying, I could, come pick it up Monday, no problem. Because he works from 10 to 3 or something like that.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
if you really need some help, I'll come in and you can show me how to do the stuff, and I'll do it
Oh,
myself too.
Yeah, right. Bring it on, dude. Well, sweet. All right. Well, dude, that wraps up our show. It's been a long time since we've done an hour and 10-minute show. We're
Yeah.
blessed to do these tonight, but like I said, I haven't packed a touch of clothes, and the trailer's all packed up. Everything's ready to go there. Just last few bits and pieces. I was going to try and get my hair cut. That's not going to happen at all. So that's the way it goes. You guys will have to deal with it. I am going to shave and stuff like that, so I look better. But
I mean, you'll have a hat on all weekend, right? So nobody
yeah,
will
who
know.
cares? Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, dude, lead us out.
All right. Once again, thank you everybody to tuning in. This is our last show before the circuit. We're on episode 149, which is super crazy. Just again, can't say thank you enough for all of your guys' support for us to be able to do what we do. And I can't wait to see all of you guys here tomorrow. And again, our sponsors, we've got discount codes, we've got affiliate links. If you just need somebody to talk to at one of these companies, reach out to us and we will get you connected with them. But thank you to Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performa-Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Low Dollar Motorsports, PowerTube TV, and Racing Junk. And guys, stay tuned because we are going to be dropping tons of content all weekend. Again, no live stream on Saturday, but we're going to have plenty of videos dropping, photos dropping, live streams from the event at route stops and all that stuff. So again, thank you, everybody. Safe travels to everybody heading to the circuit, and I will see all of you guys tomorrow.
Yep. Later.